Well, good morning on this sort of sunny day. We are inching ever closer to Christmas, as to whatever Christmas will be for us. But today we're going to focus on our almost last picture on the Advent calendar. So what is it today, Richard?
Okay, right. Make sure I don't poke myself in the eye. It is the 22nd, he says, trying to get that off. There we go. It's a picture of a teddy bear. This should be interesting. And the verse is Colossians 3:12-14.
Ooh.
Which says, Colossians 3:12-14. It says, therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other. Fran, really? And forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you.
Yes, there aren't very many passages in the Bible about real live bears. I think our daughter reminded us that there is one that she remembered, but she couldn't remember where it was, but it was of a bear killing children. Definitely not appropriate for Christmas. So we have that tenuous link between bear and bear. Well, as you can see behind us on the Christmas tree, we have numerous bears, including the bear with the little heart on his ear and foot. And that bear has been with us on many of our reflections. And the other bears there all have a story to tell. We have two bears that were given to us when we graduated from university. They're bears of celebration. Then we have two bears that aren't bears at all. One is a panda that I always thought as a child was a cat, and the other is a rabbit. But they're both special. So many of us as children, we remember having teddy bears. You know, those little comfortable things that we would snuggle up with in bed or bury our heads into when we were upset. Bears provided comfort, security. They were part of our childhood growing up. And they were a symbol of love. Real live bears, especially brown bears, can be extremely dangerous. You know, especially when they feel that their young are being threatened. You know, it's not been unknown for hunters and unwary people to be killed by bears because they've not treated them with the respect that bears deserve. So our verse tells us to bear with one another. And this is more than just putting up with. When I say I bear with Richard, it doesn't mean that I just put up with him. It means that I continue to uphold him, to carry him. We bear one another's burdens. You know, it means I share the load with him. I encourage him. I comfort him. That's what we're called to do. Bear with one another in love. We protect each other. We help each other. We look out for each other. If you saw our reflection yesterday where Richard was gainfully attempting to make the Christmas cake, we learnt about how as a church and a community, we are all different types of people. Some of us are quite stodgy, like flour. Some of us we cope with in small doses, and some of us are just plain nuts. But we need to bear with one another, to love one another. It's interesting that Paul reminds us that love bears all things. Forbearance. So this passage, it was actually read at our wedding over 32 years ago. And we have learnt to bear with one another. So when you see a teddy bear, remember, bear with one another in love. And we will see you tomorrow as we come almost to the last pictures of our Advent calendar. God bless.
Bye then.
Bye.
Bye.